Hi everyone, this is Nancy with our Treasure Home, and welcome to Monday night. You know, you look at the clock and it said 10:14. Click to sit there and change, and it's like it was that fast. I was like, "Oh, wait a minute." So hi Rebecca, how are you? Oh, the itchy and the watery eyes. That's what's going on. So I'll try to, you know, do that as much as less as possible, much as possible. you know. So it's been a good day. It was raining early this morning around 2 o'clock or so. I woke up and it was just nice and rainy. Hey Kim, hey Carol, how y'all doing? So I got me a nice hot cup of green tea right here with Snoopy and Woodstock. Hey Terry, how you doing? So, drinking my tea and you know, oh my goodness. And lots and lots of stuff to fill everybody in. But I gotta keep the suspense a little bit, Not everything all at one time. That's good, Terry. That's good. Um, a few things though. With my eyes are going on, and it's kind of like coming down to the grass and the tree pollen and everything. So we're gonna figure that out. I'll go to the allergist next week to see what's the next step. Because I don't like and being outside myself. So yeah, we I was messing with the tomato plant, and because it was falling over, so took a I have a dowel rod, and then I took the twisty tie thing from your breads, twist tie things, and just used that to tie the tomato plant up so it wouldn't fall over. So, it's about this big around. So, I got my arms around it. So, the bends of my arms touching the tomato plant. So, yeah, we figure that's what that is. So, as my research goes on, you know, there's something but the leaves, the sap or whatever it gives out is kind of like on the lungs of latex. So I was like, oh, that's wonderful. So I just have to remember to ask him about latex allergy. See if we can do that test. Hey, Jane Doe, how you doing? So it's like, just, one step at a time. Don't get discouraged. Is, a process of elimination, and we'll get to find the answer. So I got my tea and I got my water. So other stuff. So I thought today I would have the sweater all sewn together and everything else. No, I didn't get there. I started working on stuff with the channel and the affiliate links and everything, and you know, time just kept going faster and faster than I thought it would. Because Terry goes, I have 3 pinched nerves between L1 and L5. I got neuropathy in left leg, and my A1C was 10.3. I'm just great. Terry, I understand about those disc things. I really do. Um, A1C, cinnamon. A lot of people say cinnamon. Hey, Sue, how you doing? A lot of people use cinnamon to cinnamon um, capsules. Just to try that and see about getting it down. Kim, I know Kim takes the cinnamon, and I know a few other people that use cinnamon. Um, I was going to say something else. Cinnamon and something else. Not apple cider vinegar. Because a lot of people don't like apple cider vinegar. But yes, try cinnamon. Good. All right. And then, the other, I'll show y'all the colors though. Alright, this is the one I have made. I thought I would have it sewn together tonight, but I don't. So this is actually, the back is blue and purple. And then one panel is going to be like this. So that'll be one side. And make sure I get yeah. And then this is the other panel. So that'll be like that. And then I've got the sleeves. And one sleeve is all blue. And I thought I would have enough blue to finish out. I had different purple. But this purple and blue goes together. But it kind of like, I don't know if y'all can see, it's kind of, those are two different. I said purples can be more of a bluer side, and another can be more of a redder side. So, but like, it is what it is. That's what I had. So I'll be putting it together tomorrow. So, but I will show y'all what I had finished. So I was like, trying to get stuff made up. So here is the scarf I did. And then this is the other side. Oh, and then here's the hat. I thought I would have enough to make gloves to go with it. But I'm quite sure I can find another color. Or get a red or a brown or something. Or maroon to make gloves to go with it. So, yeah, there we go. That's the hat and scarf. So those were the things I got done this week. Was the hat and scarf. So I was like, just trying to get everything all used up and everything because I need there's some other yarns I want. So I gotta make room for those. Thank you, Carol. Alrighty. So there goes the long discussion. Alright, so last Monday I told y'all I was going to the doctor last Thursday. So Thursday was my doctor's. And yes, I'm putting lipstick on. That was chapstick. I gotta have color. I gotta have that color. So went to the doctor and I went and did the lab work first before going to see the doctor because do the ride share with them insurance. They get there early. And I try not to do that, but I was grateful this time because I was able to go get the lab work done and then I didn't have to wait and all that. So that got done. And when I'm sitting there, the young person's, he pulled everything up and everything goes, do you want the soy allergy test done? I'm like, yes. I said, this is the fourth time that I have tried to get this thing done. So I go into the spill and tell him what's going on. Why hasn't this been done? He goes, don't worry. We will have it done for you this time. He goes, I will personally make sure it gets done. So I was like, he goes, don't. And he goes, If it doesn't come back soybean allergy, it'll come back, he told me what it was. He goes, but by Friday, he goes, latest Saturday, you should have the results of your soy test. I'm like, all right. Hey, Joy and Donnie. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, y'all were live and having fun in the car. People throwing popcorn everywhere. I hope somebody cleaned it up before you dropped them off. If y'all don't get that, y'all have to go to Joy and Donnie's Smoky Mountain Blessed and everything. It's funny because, there's a thing about popcorn. Sitting here, feel like, you twiddle your thumbs because you're waiting for the answers. So that's what I was doing. Normally, well, that was like 1:30. So if I go in the morning, usually by the afternoon, I have all my other blood work done, and, answers and everything. Yeah, that's a standing joke. So, so I was like, okay. So Friday, I was sitting here and, I get the text alerts and everything. So, Friday night. It's not Friday during the day, Friday night. Exactly 9, I think it was 9:45 at night. And I can't remember who I was on the phone with. Or if I was on the phone. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, sitting here Friday night, I'm sitting here and a text, I'm like, you know what? No, that's the doctor. My doctor emailed me through my local, the portal and everything, about my blood work at 9:45 at night. So I was like, I hope he has an understanding wife. I'm quite sure he does. So the regular blood work, thyroid test, vitamins. He does my B1, my vitamin D. He does lipid tests, cholesterol, A1C. He does the creatine, cholesterol. I said that. He checks my white blood count, my platelet count, my red blood count, and everything. Awesome, Joy. Thank you. So all of that came back normal. And what I really thought was interesting was because my vitamin D is always low. And my vitamin D, all right, so here's the line from here in the middle, from the thumb to thumb is the green. Well, this is red is low, this side is high. So it'd be flipped if you're watching on YouTube. So my right side, to me, my left side is the low and the right side is the high. So it'd be flipped. So just flip it. So anyway, my vitamin D was in the green. Finally. That's because I'm taking the vitamin D3. The 10,000 IUs I take twice a day. And I have noticed a difference. So that was normal. And then, actually, I had stopped taking the magnesium for a couple of days and everything because I wanted to see, but then I was like, I couldn't. I took the pill a couple of nights, and then I went back to the liquid. And there's something I'm going to tell you about that because I had to take it because it was helping my legs so much and everything. And it was 1.0, which is one low end of magnesium. It was 2.0, so I actually went up a whole point. So I was like, prayer confession counts now, not always low. Amen. So I was like, okay, but I know this helps me at night to sleep. All right, so it says, and I did a video, if y'all haven't seen it, to help mask the concentrated mineral flavor, take the 1 teaspoon serving size can be mixed with juice or food and spread throughout the day. Oh my goodness, and I know how this tastes, and it's like, Oh, it tastes awful. It really does. It's like, so, so a whole dropper, that is not even a teaspoon. That's a half a teaspoon. So I was like, I've been taking a half a teaspoon at nighttime. It still helps. But it's like, because if I take it during the day, I end up taking a nap. Because I'm just, for some reason, it makes me sleepy. So I take it at night. And I take a beetroot capsule, that's probably like 500 milligrams of beetroot. And I sleep all night long. It's been years. I mean years. Okay, I'm 56. So from the time I was 28, 30 years, I've had day jobs, but mostly work night work doing security. And EMS I did during the day, but there were some times I did do some night times, and there was, you had runs during the night too. It's not like you're up all night, but security, you're up all night. So, but I've always been a night owl. But here lately, it's like, for some reason, up till 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes on the phone, sometimes just sitting here catching up on things, crocheting something, catching up on videos. And then about that time, I'm like, I'm tired. But I still take my vitamins to take what I need to take at nighttime and everything. So I was just like, oh my goodness. Hi, Team Jesus Ministers. So that's as far as my regular blood work. Everything came back normal. And because I went back and compared from last year to this year, my vitamin D3 is up and my magnesium, they're both back in normal ranges. So I know what I'm doing for myself is working. And that's one of the best ways you can test it. And sometimes, yes, those tests can be wrong, but I know what it has been and now what it is. So I didn't get getting results. Friday was those results. Those were all the regular blood test results and everything. And I've mentioned this channel before, the biblical nutritionist, and she talks about what blood work you should have the doctor do. And I emailed him a couple of years ago. I said, can we get this blood work done? He goes, that's exactly what I do for you. I was like, oh, cool. So I was like, that's awesome. So I was like, they're right on he's right on that same line of doing what, she had recommended and everything. So I was like, that's cool. So Saturday, I didn't get an answer. I'm like, but the young person said, could be Saturday. So I still didn't get an answer. So I know Sunday nobody's there. So I was like, I'm not going to call to find out or anything. So I'll wait till Monday. So actually today I woke up right before my alarm goes off. Like, you're kidding me. That always happens. So I got up and everything, and about 9:30 or so, I wanted to make sure somebody was going to be there and everything, and I called, and she goes, oh, yeah, I see it. It's still processing. I'm like, okay. So she asked me what happened, why, and she goes, I see it. It's been here for 4 months. She goes, why hasn't it been done? And I explained to her what happened. And I think that was the office manager I was talking to. She goes, that's unacceptable. She goes, that's so unacceptable. She goes, I appreciate you telling me what happened. I'm saying, you're welcome. I appreciate it too. So she said, it's still processing. Give it probably till tomorrow. She goes, it may be ready today, but tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm like, okay, because she looked up how long it would take. So I'm sitting here talking to Rebecca. I guess that was about 12:30, 1 o'clock or so. So this was in the afternoon. And, my phone continually goes notifications between the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, and people. Rebecca knows. Oh, see, there it goes. I have to turn the sound down. So, I'll put it on vibrate. There we go. All right. So anyway, the notification goes off, and I'm like, ooh. So I see it. I'm like, okay. I think, Rebecca, do you want to be the first to know? She goes, oh, I said the soy test is in. So I get I'm on the computer anyway, so I pull it up and everything, and I flip around so she can see. Soy is normal. It's zero, zilch, nothing. I'm not allergic to soy whatsoever. I was like, thank you, Lord. I was like, thank you, Lord, thank you. Now, does that mean I'm going to go out and buy all soy products and everything and consume everything? No. But it frees up all that stress and worry. Is it this? Is it that? Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? I was there last night. I just didn't say anything in the chat. I was working on projects. And I was like, I gotta start saying hi in the chats because people don't know I'm there. So, it's just like, it's a relief because there's a lot of vitamins and everything that are gelatin, and I said the gelatin and soy and everything. So gelatin is made from animal products. And then if it's a soy capsule or something like that, that's fine. I got to tell my son and daughter and all that. So, and I was sitting there talking to Rebecca, and the call comes in. So I kind of Googled the number, and I was like, I'll call you back. Soy has swelled me up, so it's great. You do not have that issue. I hope I don't. So, I said, Rebecca, I'll call you right back. So it was the allergist I went to the first time that did the soy test. And she said she just got the results and everything. She wanted to let me know what it was. And she goes, why did it take so long? I said, this is a long story. Do you want to have time to hear it? She goes, no. I said, okay. I said, because they just didn't want to do it, or they just didn't do it and everything. I said, but the person there Thursday made sure it was done. And she goes, you're not allergic to soy, but if it gives you digestive issues, leave it alone. There's always that but when it comes to medical. And I'm just like, you give me this answer of A, but then you're going to tag along B, C, D, and E because you still don't know yourself. And it's like, I think I have more of the answers of myself than I did the doctor. So I was like, okay. So 2 weeks ago when we had the Chinese food and we thought it was soy again. No, I've been out in the garden messing with all the plants and the tomatoes, trying to get the plants. I mean, it is nice. It's this big around, 2 feet tall. It's got 4 tomatoes on it, but I didn't want it to lean over or anything. And so Rebecca goes, Nancy, you sew you some sleeves to put on your arms. I was like, I have to go find a pattern so I can do that. And I'm just like, but it's like, it's not, all right, so both tests of alpha-gal came back negative. The soy has come back negative. Anastasia still has the dairy allergy, which they're working on trying to see about introducing milk to her to adjust her allergy. And I'm just like, okay. I know I said this last time. I was like, so I called the other allergist who talked about the immunology therapy shots, whatever it is. I'm going next week to talk to him to find out what it all entails. I would love to do everything all natural, and I'll do everything as all natural and vitamins and everything I possibly can. But if I need that little boost from medicine, I'm going to do it. The Lord just sits there, and I was telling Joy this the other night. I said, it reminds me of the story of the man being in a tree with the water rising. I know you have heard the story, but it was the water's rising, and a couple of people, I think the first was a couple of people walked by and said, come on, we can help you out. He goes, no, I'm waiting for the Lord to save me. So then they come with the firefighters, the boat and everything, and they say, come on, get in the boat. They were right there, and all I had to do was get in the boat. And he said, no, I'm waiting for the Lord to save me. The third one is the helicopter, and the lifeline comes down and everything. And he goes, no, I'm waiting for the Lord to save me. Well, he doesn't. And he goes to heaven. And I'll talk the vagus nerve here in a minute. And he goes to heaven, and he goes, Lord, why didn't you save me? He goes, I sent you people to help you out of the tree. You didn't know. I sent a boat. You said no, and I sent a helicopter. He goes, 3 times I sent people to save you. He goes, you had opportunity. So I was telling Joy, I said, that's just like the stuff that we're talking about. And she had no idea had seen this stuff about the vagus nerve. That's from V-Shred. That's what that product is. Well, her and I were talking one night, and she talked this product that she and Dottie has, the drops. To go to her Facebook page, Smoky Mountain Bless, and follow them on Facebook. And Joy has pictures of the drops they've been taking. It's all natural and everything, and the difference. It's like she goes, unbelievable. And I was like, hold on. So I'm like, okay. Then the Bible study lady, I have Bible study on Saturdays. This is like a month ago. We were talking just talking like we usually do after Bible study. And she came and she goes, you gotta see this part. And it talks about the vagus nerve and visceral fat. I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm listening. 3 times I've heard about vagus nerve and visceral fat and everything. And I'm just like, okay. So, Lord, I'm listening and everything. So Joy was telling me about these jobs, and they got them. And she said it has helped Donnie's knees. They don't hurt. He's given him energy. She goes, it's helped her so much and everything. You've got to go listen to their testimony on that, because I don't want to give anything away, and I don't want to say anything wrong. Just go, go to her page, and go to her Facebook and everything. And she has it all explained what's going on. And I was like, okay, dokie. That's all right. I got to save up because I want to try it too. So I'm just like, okay. So when it comes to this allergies and everything, I'm like, okay. The Lord kept reminding me. I'm like, I refuse because, I don't want, we try not to do conventional medicine that much, but sometimes the Lord has an answer in that also. Don't always say no. Now, some things are not good for us, but there are times that there are things that have to have because our body needs it. So I am going to go talk to the allergist and see what all of this, because I told him no, but I'm just like, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm miserable like this because my eyes are watering and dry at the same time. How? I have no idea. I can't help it, but it's funny. I said, my eyes are watering, to pat this, but then they're dry. So up here is dry. I'm just like, what in the world? This is crazy. And then this, I'm like, so Anastasia has eczema. She always has since she was a baby. And they said it's just high functioning, probably from her dairy allergy and everything. So, one night last week, I still looked at her, so she was scratching. I was like, baby girl. She goes, I don't want to talk about it. And I went, I understand, but this was a lot redder and it was inflamed. And then she goes, Grandma. I'm like, what? You have it too? I was like, yes. So you can tell them about the female thing as a testimony. She had a, even though I'd gone through menopause, sometimes things happen and everything, and you know, stuff was going on and it wasn't stopping and everything. And Joy goes, I have an issue of blood. Okay, so here we go. Biblical. Biblical. The woman with the issue of blood was for 12 years. Okay, keep that in mind. 12 years. Um, Now, in fact, I'm also to talk about his name stuff, but you know who I'm talking about. His daughter was 12 years old. So that was one thing, the Lord talking about that 12 years. If I remember correctly, Joy, you told me 2 months that was going on. She starts taking those drops and it stops in a week. That's the Lord working. That is the Lord working through things that He's given to us here on earth. So, yes, I told Joy I am saving up because I'm going to just buy a Bible through her instead. And I'm just like, as the Lord just works. We just have to be open to see it and everything. When you have that little nudge, that's the Holy Spirit saying, do this or don't do that. And, this one pastor he had on Instagram, he said came out of the store and he got in his truck to leave, but he said felt this heaviness, so he just sat back and he watched this scene unfold with a grandmother and her three little girls and this guy that was walking in the parking lot staring at them. And he's like, he knew something was going to happen. He didn't want to cause a scene or chaos. So he said, about the Lord just told him just to get out and start walking. And the way he said I was situated was I was walking straight towards the man because I was going straight up to the beginning, where all the shops were at the shopping center. And he goes, it just happened the timing was right. And he got right there in front of the man. And he asked him, how are you today, sir? And he goes, it was like he just snapped out of whatever trance he was in. He looked at him, started walking and then ran. He goes, I don't know what that was going to happen or anything. And he goes, he turned to look at the lady and the girls, and she was in the car leaving, had no idea anything was going on. He goes, but I saw it. He goes, the Lord had me there for a reason. So when you get those little nudges and the little whispers from the Lord, when He shows you things once, take notice. If it's twice, it's time to set up. But 3 times, it's like, okay, we're going to listen to see what's going on. Yes, I said, Lord, I'm coming to you like the woman with the blood blood because my doctor, brother-in-law, said I need to see a doctor. My sister has surgery for that. Yeah. So, then that's the first thing is surgery. Sometimes we might need surgery. Sometimes we do not. And I'm just like, now, like with my heart issue, I'm passing out and everything. It's because of a birth defect, which nobody ever caught. But back then we didn't go to the doctor for every. Well, we didn't. Let me clear that up. My oldest sister was born with cerebral palsy. It was more physical than some mental, but she wasn't diminished mental capacity. She was emotional stuff. But anyway, my mom felt like it was a competition between her and my sister to see who goes to the doctors the most. So my other sister, me, my brother, and my dad, we chalked it up. If you were sick or you were hurting, you just dealt with it, and you know the honey, hot toddy, whatever the old remedies were, and chicken noodle soup. You didn't go to the doctor because that's like you would never have heard the end of it because you're not supposed to be sick. Because I'm the one that's sick. So we just did. I did end up going to the doctor when I was 16 because I ended up with double bronchitis, not double bronchitis. Well, yeah, bronchitis. So I was 16 and I was like, they finally went to the doctor and she goes, so I was home for a week for school. The other two times I twisted my ankle. One was I was in 6th grade, the other one was 12th grade. So I didn't go to the doctor. When I was sick, I was just like, we took stuff that was over the counter and that was it. So as Joy goes, these patent drops are made by a Christian company to help what the Ozempic does, but without the bad side effects. So I'm going to put that up there. So, good. Like I said, I recommend to talk to Joy about it and everything, because I was like, oh my goodness. To stop Donnie's constant knee pain in minutes and stop the issue of blood in me in a week. So that is amazing. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. I'm gonna try that. So the other thing I was trying, y'all seen those ads on YouTube? I can't help but laugh because it's so funny. Those ads about the pink salt method or diet trick, and you add apple cider vinegar and lemon and honey. Not lemon, it's water, apple cider vinegar, pink salt, lemon, and cinnamon to get you to click on this link. And then it takes you into this big spill about whether it's some jar, whatever it is. And they use the same clips from celebrities for both of them. And then there's another one for all three of them. It's the same clip. So I was just like, y'all just kind of full of it. So it's patent, so you can only get it through the Christian company. And that's awesome. So gives Johnny energy too. That's so funny. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna figure this out. So I take a fourth cup of water. It's between a half a teaspoon and a teaspoon of Himalaya pink salt. So you adjust it to however your taste. I do a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I do a teaspoon of lemon. Yes, the water. I don't do the apple cider vinegar. For some reason, hey Misha, how you doing? For some reason, I love apple cider vinegar, but my body's like, no, we don't like that. I was like, because it's like, So I do. So instead of the apple cider vinegar, I add lemon juice. So I do a teaspoon of lemon juice, lime juice. I add that lime juice instead of apple cider vinegar. I have a teaspoon of Himalaya salt, the water, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I mix it all together, drink it in the morning, and there you go. If it's working, it's working. I can say this, and I'm super excited about this. What I weigh at home is the same thing I weighed at the doctor's office. I weighed at home at 255.5 when I got to the doctor's office, and this was in the afternoon 1:30 in the afternoon was 255.0. So I had lost a half a pound by the time I went to the doctor. So I was like, yay. So I know my scales are right. So I'm like, that's like, yep. I said, now I'm working on the next 50 pounds. I went to hell. They're coming down. Whoops. There must be a bug upstairs. Yep. There was, well, let me tell you, when it's hot outside and it's cool in the house, be expecting to see some little creepy crawlers. Because that gets me. The bugs are out there for the heat, but they don't like the heat. Can anybody answer that? They're made to be in the heat, but they don't like the heat. That's just, that just doesn't make sense whatsoever. So, but overall, a good villa health. Now it's just working on the weight and everything. Because to be honest with you, I think when we get the weight off, my hip will kind of really correct itself. Because I called a chiropractor to set up an appointment, and yeah, they take my insurance, but I had to pay for the initial new patient and X-rays, which was $300. I was like, oh no, I don't think so. She goes, what? I said, no, that's what my insurance is for. I said, I don't think so. Thank you very much. She was like, I think she was kind of like taken back because ain't nobody ever told them flat out no. I'm just like, nope, that's what the insurance is for. One more reason I'm not a fan of summer: heat and bugs. Oh yeah, ants. I had the biggest problems with ants this year because my garden containers are nice and cool. I'm like, you have an ant hill home, go back to it. Don't get in my containers. Misha, we're not meant for the hellfire temps. Oh, it was only supposed to be like, because it rained, it was supposed to be like 80, 81 degrees. Oh no. We got back up to almost 90 degrees today. I was like, really? I don't mind the heat, but that 85, 90 is like, it's not comfortable. So now the sun's set at 74. The low is supposed to be 65. Because tomorrow's high is 88 and rain. Then it's 84, then 72, 87, 70. I know it's July. It's supposed to be hot. Because some of our garden plants survive in the heat, and they love the heat. So I pulled out that radish, and there is a video coming out about that, what it looks like, what it looked like and everything. And it was a radish. But I've never seen, it was I forgot the name, it was some kind of mammoth radish. So that's why the leaves and all were so big. So in that container, I pulled that out and I fixed it up and I planted some more bush beans, a yellow squash, and 2 corns. So, because that's the 3 sisters, corn, squash, and beans. So stuff is growing. So I was like really, really impressed with that. Then the 2 other containers, I don't think I did a video. I got videos. I need to sit there and edit and everything. So, use a white vinegar solution spray and I got rid of the ants for me. Oh, cool. Just find the trail and spray it along. I like that idea, Misha. I'll have to remember that because I got a big thing of white vinegar in the kitchen. So I pulled some of those. I pulled those plants that was like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. They had nice roots and everything. It's just the ants got to them. So I pulled that out and replanted one. I planted either the Brussels sprouts or the broccoli and some thyme, because thyme seemed like that was doing really well, and the hyssop does well, and the oregano. So the garlic was doing pretty good, but it just kind of like it shriveled up. I guess it don't like the heat either. And then with the tomato plant, I planted calendula, so it would have something else to help with the bugs and everything. My pepper plant, that thing is like this. It is huge. And I was like, it's got flowers. The cucumber plant has like 5 flowers, or it has 6, and now it has a little small cucumber on it. So it's like, oh, this is cool. And then my corn has a little bitty baby corn, but the whole thing looks like it's dried up. Well, it's like I don't know. We had a lot of rain yesterday. Since this morning we've had a lot of rain, and then the day before, Friday or Saturday, we had rain because I had laid down to take a nap about 2:30, and I'm laying there and I'm like, oh, it's getting dark. Then I heard the rain, and then we had a big storm. So I like the thunderstorm. So we did pretty good, with the rain. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So it was, because I did that Saturday morning, and then I watered, and I'm like, I know when I water, we're gonna get a storm. And sure enough, but I had one. My garlic never does well. I plant in fall, and it disappears by spring. Well, I was like that potato I planted, and the container that has the oregano, and it had my onions. Oh, I have to go get that real quick. I had garlic in there, and with my cucumbers, I had that with the tomatoes. But you can cut the garlic scapes, and I guess I shouldn't have cut the scapes off, the tops off, because it's like it just fizzled out. Let me go get that real quick. That was my hand help that popped. Woohoo! Alrighty. So I got 3 of these. I used one already, so I saved this one. Here is my onion. I think it was supposed to get bigger than that, but it was already poking up through the soil. So they say when it starts to poke up, that's when you're supposed to, harvest it and pull it and everything. Hey, Christy Pets! So I was like, oh, but it's so cool. It tastes so good. I still getting some romaine lettuce, not the one with the tomatoes, but the other one with the cucumbers. That's starting. So I'm like, got 2 harvests on those. And I think 5 is the limit on the romaine lettuce, because I didn't pull it up. I just left it there because it's still under the tomato plant, and I don't feel like messing with that, trying to get that out. My garden gloves are in storage, so it's like, okie dokie. I had my it's called a Hori Hori knife that I won on the Vineyard Chicks homestead a couple of months ago, or it was last year or something or another. Anyway, so I use that to help dig out stuff and plant stuff. I have a little brown container. I planted my evening primrose and some lavender, and it's like nothing. I mean, you're kidding me. And I know by now that evening primrose should have been growing. But when I got the package, it looked like someone, and I don't even think, I'm not even saying the male people, but it was in like this, and it looked like someone just took the seeds and went like that with it, and then put it in the envelope. So I think I'll have to buy some new seeds just to see if that's what it is. Because it's like, I bought evening primrose, the dollar one from the Dollar Tree, and it did a whole lot better than from I won't say name brand, but a reputable company that, sells seeds. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, so, it hasn't been, let's see, it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, maybe been a week. I can tell you this through my experience, my magnesium does work. I was telling, about my blood work and everything. My magnesium is up 1 whole point, so instead of being in the red, it's in the normal range. You never grown it? Oh, even primrose is so pretty. From start to finish, when it starts to open up to when it's fully open up is exactly 6 minutes. Because 5 years ago I had it, and I was sit outside at nighttime. It was nice and cool, and watched it. And I have it on Instagram, and just the whole video just and it open. It's so pretty and everything. But I have found out they can be pink or yellow. I had the yellow ones. But yeah, my Dollar Tree one did a whole lot better than this one. So I'm gonna have to go probably to Baker Creek, which is Rare Seeds now, because you buy one, it's free shipping. So it's like I'm off for free shipping. I can get free shipping, you know. So, but I was like, my magnesium that works, and that vitamin D, because I just got that a couple of weeks ago or so and started taking it, and my vitamin D level was in the normal range. Normally it would have been, and he would have been, I can prescribe a vitamin D pill that you can take once a month. And I looked at him one day, that was last year. I looked at him and said, "What's in that pill?" He goes, "It's time release." I said, "Okay, what makes it time release?" He started shaking his head. He goes, "Nancy," I said, "Chris, what are we putting in our bodies that's time release, that makes it time release? Is our body going to be able to really process that?" So I was like, I don't think so. I don't know. So I was like, I'll just do it on my own and, get those. My cholesterol is perfect. So don't ever let a doctor tell you that, anybody tell you that eggs cause cholesterol. I eat eggs all the time on the low carb. On my low carb meals, a lot, like 4 days a week, I have eggs for breakfast. Well, mostly brunch. By the time I get up and I sit here, do my routine I do in the morning, and then do my devotions and everything else, I'll look at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, it's not breakfast time, it's lunchtime or brunch time or whatever it is, And yeah, uh, so about 4 days a week I'll have eggs. So I never a doctor does tell you that eggs cause cholesterol, but no. So yeah, that is a good question. What's in that time release pill that they give you, or even over the counter ones that you can get? It says time release. Well, what makes it time release? And is that time release ingredient really good for your body? Now, like I said, I'm always full of questions because I want to know. I have to take vitamin D in the winter. Yes, Christy, I see I do too. I had eggs for lunch, but I was up at 4:30 a.m. You have a homestead and chickens and stuff. But that's good to take vitamin D. And what my conclusion is that my body does not absorb vitamin D from the sun, because I've tested out too. I've, you know, when we started doing the blood work, I would sit out 30 minutes a day in the sun and everything. No, my vitamin D was still low. I don't take anything but vitamins. I like to keep it that way. See, exactly. Because, being allergic to all narcotics, they can't give me any of those meds. And the only thing that's left is Matron, ibuprofen, NSAIDs, Advil, Tylenol, aspirin. And I'm like, I don't take anything. And everybody always asks, how do you deal with the pain? I'm just like, I ignore it. Hey, Robin, how you doing? They learned time release flea stuff was very dangerous for lots of dogs. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. So, yeah. So I'm just like, no, no. Just take the one that, works right now. So here is my vitamin D I have, and it's a 10,000 IU. And I meant to put Dr. Berg's. I think I went back in last week and put it in here. But now, just like with every doctor, everybody doesn't agree with everything they say, and you're not supposed to. You're supposed to question. Always have questions. So I'll question about anything almost, and I've always been that way. And I've had several people throughout my life because, is that all you do is ask questions? I'm like, yes, because I'm gonna ask until someone can explain to me why this, and this. And that's the way God made me. He told me to ask questions. But I also had an aunt that sit there and told me, you'll never know the answer unless you ask the question. Because I was like, then when I asked my mom a question, so I was talking to her sister, it was my aunt. She goes, well, did you ask mom? I was like, no. She goes, well, how do you know she's going to say no? I don't know. She goes, well, you won't know unless you ask. So I guess that's really kind of where it started. I was like 16. Yeah, because I was driving. So, because I bought my grandma, their mom lived with my mom's sister. So I had bought her home. And we were talking in the kitchen. She goes, you don't know unless you ask. Hey, Doggo Ben, how are you? They take 5,000 units of D3 since 2013. They test my blood for vitamin D annually. Insurance pays it because I'm medically deficient. Yeah, see, that was one way, I could get them to pay for it, but that's like, oh, that's good. I'm glad you're doing fine. And I'm just like, do your research, and research. Double check. That's like when you like people who do crafts, woodwork, whatever you do, paint, sew, yarn, stitch, you name it. We always, what's the rule? Measure twice, cut once. And that comes to research for anything you do. I take the first, all right, so you can go Google, in the search bar, the first page has like 10, whatever you have there. Keep going through because sometimes there's more answers in the 10th, 11th, and 12th page. But check and double check. And, a lot of stuff like through the Cleveland Clinic, the Mayo Clinic, and everything, I check and I verify. And then sometimes I call and see if I can get an answer because I'm going to ask a question. You take Eliquis for a genetic blood clotting disorder. I can't take ibuprofen. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm glad you want Eliquis and not warfarin. Because at least Eliquis, you can have basically anything you want to eat. Like you, I ignore pain when possible. Yeah, I keep myself busy, but I've been taking, here, the last couple of months, I've been taking the stinging nettle from Horback in the liquid. And It does. I'm gonna like I take 2 dropperfuls. It recommends in the morning, and it'll last me all day. So about this time it starts to wear off. But usually I'm going to bed, but not tonight because at 11:30. If y'all are still up, and if y'all can, I'm going live on the cooking channel. So, the cooking dairy free and Alpha Golf Nancy, I'm doing the first live on that one because I was like, I did it just to see if I was able, because it said 40, but I knew there was more than 40 people who had subscribed there. So, hey, Jerry and Julie, how are you? All right, that's not what I want. So, in about 10 minutes, I will be live over there talking about the cooking and everything and what's going on over there because I like everything else is going to be over here. The cooking is going to be over there. So, Carol, if you want to see the bread, you got to go over there. So, that's the link to the channel. I didn't put the link to the live. I guess I should have, There we go. Oh my goodness. It's not even showing me here. Oh my. Duh. Nancy, look what you're doing. Stop trying to do this and talk at the same time. There we go. All right. There's the link for the live for the cooking channel. The next one down. And it's just going to be, I'm showing y'all what we use and everything for dairy free because a lot of things have changed over the years. There's a lot of products that we don't use anymore. So I'll be showing that also. So that's going to be fun because, you sit there and you got to film and it's like, I got to take a moment. If you ever see me on the cooking channel, the cooking, and I'm just like taking a moment to kind of like, okay, all right, I'm doing, welcome to Cooking Dairy Free and Alpha Golf Nancy. And then if I sit here doing Our Treasure Home, that's different. But kitchen is like, oh, sweet. Good night, Kim. So, in the kitchen, I used to do Our Treasure Home too. So, but I had to take a pause for a moment, like, okay, I gotta say this now instead, and everything. So it's like, but it's fun. It's fun. I'm really enjoying it. I've been using the Ninja a lot. And then, um, just cooking other things, and then some recipes. Or I'll still do some of the same recipes on that channel that I did here, but maybe just a little bit different and everything. And also, it's like, I've got so many ideas to come up and do. Luann's kitchen, y'all know her as Blackberry Rock Homestead also. Y'all be praying for her. Her mom's not doing all that well and everything, so she's with her mom right now, just run her playlist and everything. She did have some videos that come out and everything, and she's going to be doing a baking one starting in August, September, and everything. And I kind of thought, ooh, it's going to be fun. She goes, yeah, we got a lot of baking to do. I'm like, oh, no, we do. No, we do. All right, Christy, you have a good night, too. Oh, yeah, you've been up since 4:30. I know you're tired. And everything. So I am going to get off of here because I'm going to get ready for the live on the other channel and everything. If y'all can make it, that's wonderful. If y'all need to go to bed, I understand. Just catch the replay. But I've got, get the props ready. You know what I mean? So thank y'all for coming. Thank you for the TV watchers and the people who watch on the replay. Thank you for everybody who's been in the chat. I've had a ton of fun. All right, Doggle Ben, you have a good night too. Oh my goodness. I don't like those. Especially if I eat something that's sour. That doesn't help at all. So y'all have a wonderful and blessed night. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time on Our Treasure Home. See y'all in the other one.